Welcome to this video where we'll be reviewing the top 10 best streaming devices and ranking them based on specs, price, and overall value, and placing them into our custom tier list with Elite being the best and Inferior being the lowest to help better guide your purchase decision. If you disagree with any of my opinions, feel free to comment below and let me know why. With that being said, let's look at our very first streaming device, the Roku streaming stick. Roku has been one of my favorite devices for some time. They are super affordable, easy to use, except they restrict you in many ways. Now, they do not have the biggest of RAM or storage spaces, but they lack the very thing users like me purchase a streaming device. And that is the ability to sideload apps. So it's really hard for me to put it anywhere in the Elite or even the solid tier. That's why I'm simply going to put it in the decent category. I like to think that Roku devices are more for the elderly people as it's very easy to use. I've also seen some tutorials on how to sideload the Kodi app on it, but it's simply not the same. Next, we are going to look at the Google Streamer 4K. Now, this is a relatively new device. It has the ability to sideload, it has a decent amount of storage space, 32 gigabytes to be exact, and you can easily install most of your favorite apps. One of the best part of this device is that it supports a built-in Ethernet port for uninterrupted streaming, so you don't need a separate OTG cable. One of the drawbacks is its price, which is almost around $75. Most people are okay with that price, but I simply find it a little too expensive. That's why I won't place it in the Elite section. However, I will put it in the solid category. Moving on, we have everyone's favorite, the ONN streaming device. Honestly, it is one of the best devices with sideload support, price is less than $30 and decent amount of storage space. But here's the catch. ONN streaming devices are only available in the US, and if we want to put a device to Elite level, we definitely need it to be available worldwide. So for this reason only, I will again put it in the decent category. Let's now get to some of the heavier devices like the NVIDIA Shield TV Pro, 4K HDR movies, Dolby Vision Atmos, AI-enhanced upscaling, GeForce NOW cloud gaming, Google Assistant built-in, works with Alexa, and much more. But will you look at the price? $200 for a streaming device. I like to think this might be for the gaming people, but since this is only a streaming device review, the price is pretty high for my liking. So this is the first device that I will put in the subpar category simply because of the value it provides as compared to its pricing. Same with the Amazon Fire TV Cube. It competes pretty well with the NVIDIA Shield Pro with almost the same set of features and specifications, including hands-free streaming with Alexa, Wi-Fi 6E 4K Ultra HD, but with a slightly lower price of almost $100. That's why I'll place it one step higher than the NVIDIA Shield in the decent category. Now, honestly, I wanted to put one of the devices in the inferior category. That's why I went out of my way and bought a Tivo Stream 4K+. You won't believe how incredibly slow and laggy it is even with an Android operating system. On top of that, the price tag makes you think twice before buying the device. $35, same as some of the Amazon Firestick models. So I'll waste no time in putting it in the inferior category and advise you not to buy it. Now let's get to the business end of things and look at the Apple TV 4K. Same as the Roku device, Apple TV is also a restricted device, which means that it does not support sideloading. Other than that, the device is pretty fast with the usual Apple interface, which Android users won't like, by the way. I don't use Apple TV, and by looking at the price, I definitely do not intend to buy it anywhere in the future. So off you go to the subpar category. Coming at number 8 is Google Chromecast. It is actually a discontinued device with its replacement being the Google Streamer 4K, which we reviewed earlier. I mean, it is a decent device. I am using it even now, but it lags a lot simply because Google has stopped sending major updates to the operating system, which makes it an outdated model, plus it's not available in the market. So I am going to put in the subpar category, but it clearly doesn't matter because it's discontinued, so yeah. Moving on to one of my favorite devices, and that is the Mi TV stick. I simply love this device. Although the storage in this device is pretty standard as compared to every other device, but it doesn't feel slow or anything, and it includes all the necessary features that a premium streaming device should have. 4K Ultra HD, Google Assistant, sideload support, Android 11, and in just $50. It's like a hidden gem in the market where not many people know about it. So I will most definitely put it in the solid category along with the Google Streamer 4K. Which now brings me to the most awaited Amazon Fire Stick 4K Max. Obviously, being one of the leaders in the market, it has the best value for money for any streaming device, even when Amazon are threatening to block certain third-party apps due to piracy. Fire Sticks have always been my go-to streaming devices, simply because of the ease of use, reliability, availability, and affordability. With prices less than $40, it offers almost everything that any other streaming device has to offer. And for these reasons only, the Amazon Fire Stick 4K Max will be placed at the elite level, right on top of everyone else, and by a huge margin. So that was my review of the 10 best streaming devices of 2026. Comment if you think I got any of these wrong, and like the video if you think I was on point. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss future reviews. I am Black Joseph, and I'll see you in the next one soon.